The stars looked calm, beautiful, peaceful, but deep in the dark corners of the galaxy something terrible was happening, something no one could stop. The Tharine Empire, a kind and peaceful alien race, had ruled 5 planets for over 600 years. They never went to war. They believed in peace, trade, and knowledge. Their cities floated in the clouds, their ships were fast but unarmed. Everyone respected the Tharine. Until one day, they were gone. A single message reached the Galactic Council. "We are falling. The sky is full of metal. Please, help us." The message lasted only 6 seconds. The Council tried to contact the Tharine again. Nothing. They sent scout ships to Tharine space. All 5 planets were destroyed, burned black and silent. No signs of life, no bodies, no signals, just silence. The attack was fast. Too fast. The enemy was unknown. No face, no warning. Only death. Soon, other planets started, sending similar messages. The Varnock swarm had arrived. They were not soldiers, not warriors. They were something else, machines and monsters, mixed together in black metal armor. They didn't talk. They didn't ask for surrender. They just came and killed. Every 72 hours they erased a planet. No one knew how many of them there were. No one could stop them. The Galactic Council was made of 49 species, all powerful, all proud. But now they were terrified. One by one, their fleets were destroyed. Their defenses failed. Their leaders vanished. The Council called an emergency meeting. They met in the Great Dome of Urel, the safest station in the galaxy. One by one, the ambassadors stood and spoke. "We need peace talks. We must hide our children. Let us evacuate to deep space." But one old alien stood and spoke, with shaking hands. His name was Drelsa, the last ambassador of the Tharine. He whispered, "We begged for peace, they gave us fire." Then he asked a question no one wanted to answer. "Where is Earth?" Silence filled the chamber. Some looked away. Others looked nervous. A few looked angry. Earth, the humans, were not part of the Galactic Council. They were new to space, strange, violent, dangerous. They had fought many wars, even against themselves. The Council feared humans. That's why they left Earth alone, never invited them to meetings, never asked them for help. But now, there was no one else left. A young alien named Kelon, from the Farin race, stood up. "I sent a message to Earth," he said. "I begged them for help." "What did they say?" someone asked. Kelon looked at the room. He didn't smile. He didn't blink. He just said, "One word." They replied with one word: "Deployed." Gasps filled the chamber. "What does that mean? Are they coming? Will they even help us?" Kelon nodded. "I don't know, but I think they are already on the move." Meanwhile, on a dark moon orbiting a dead sun, a massive ship opened its gates. It was shaped like a spear, long, sharp, and black. The ship's name was Vengeance Class Hammer 1. Inside, thousands of human soldiers stood ready. Each wore heavy armor. Each carried deadly weapons. But their eyes were filled with something more powerful than fear. Rage. A tall woman walked down the steel corridor. Her name was General Ava Riker. She had fought in 3 human wars, lost a husband, lost a planet. Now she wanted only one thing: revenge. She stepped onto the command deck. "Are we ready?" she asked. "Fleet is standing by," her captain replied. "Targets are locked. Varnock hive signals confirmed." She looked at the screen. So many red dots. So many enemy ships. She smiled. Cold, calm. Then she said, "We don't come in peace. Begin Fury Protocol." The stars outside began to shift as 12 human warships jumped into hyperspace. Each ship carried thousands of drones, soldiers, and AI-controlled weapons. Each ship had a single order: do not save. Do not speak. Destroy. The galaxy had begged for help. Now, humanity had answered, but not with hope, not with peace. They answered with unstoppable fury. The Varnock swarm moved like a disease. They didn't build. They didn't talk. They just landed and destroyed. On the planet Rithuan 5, the swarm was halfway done. Half the cities were burning. The skies were black with smoke. Alien families ran, but there was nowhere left to run. Suddenly, the clouds above began to change. A deep hum echoed through the air, low, loud, growing. The swarm turned their heads toward the sky. Something was coming. Then, boom. A blast of blue light cracked open the atmosphere. 12 massive objects dropped, down like falling stars. They were fast, dark, and shaped like arrows. Human warships had arrived. The biggest one, Hammer 1, landed first. Its engines screamed. Its metal belly opened, and from inside, human soldiers stepped onto alien soil. No words, no warning. No banners, just heavy boots. Red visors and weapons glowing hot. The swarm charged toward them, hissing, clicking, crawling. General Ava Riker stood in front. Her voice came through every soldier's helmet. No prisoners, no peace. This is war. Her soldiers shouted back, "Yes, Commander." The first shots fired were not bullets, but EMP spears. They tore through the Varnock like lightning. Their armor cracked. Their limbs twitched. The swarm had never faced weapons like this before. Humans moved like ghosts, fast, silent, deadly. Drones flew overhead, dropping bombs that only exploded when they sensed swarm DNA. Nothing was safe. Nowhere was safe. The battle lasted 7 minutes. Then, silence. The smoke cleared. Varnock bodies covered the ground, burned, broken, lifeless. Not a single human had fallen. One alien survivor, a young medic from the planet Jorax, watched from a cave. He recorded the whole thing. He whispered to his recorder, "They didn't come to help us. They came to punish the swarm." Far away in a hidden room aboard Hammer 1, AI commanders ran analysis. They spoke in cold voices. Target exterminated, 0 survivors. Uploading rage index, 98%. Human satisfaction, low. Further aggression, required. Back on Earth, news of the first strike hit the global net. People cheered in New York. People lit fireworks in Tokyo. People held flags in Cape Town. Finally, Earth was no longer the quiet one. No longer the ignored species. They were now the avengers of the galaxy. The Galactic Council saw the video too. The footage spread fast. Human boots crushing swarm skulls. Human ships flying through fire. Human weapons turning entire armies into ash. Many council members were shocked. Others were afraid. But one young alien, Keelan, stood and said, "They warned us. We just didn't listen." An elder replied, "They were quiet because they were preparing." Back in space, General Riker spoke to her commanders. "We don't stop here," she said. She showed them a list of planets. Each one had been attacked by the swarm. Each one had cried for help. "We hit them all," she said. "One by one, no mercy, no delay." She turned to her second-in-command, Colonel Mason, a scarred man with cold eyes. "Any survivors we find?" she asked. Mason shook his head. "We armed them." Riker smiled. "Good. Let the galaxy feel what human rage really means." One of the alien spies aboard the council sent a message to his people. "The humans are not fighting for victory. They are fighting for revenge, and nothing is more dangerous than a human who wants revenge." The war had just started, but the galaxy had already changed. The name humanity was no longer a whisper. Now, it was a warning. Across alien networks, one phrase spread like wildfire. "Don't call the humans unless you want to end everything." On board Hammer 1, General Ava Riker stood in front of a black screen. Only 3 words glowed in red. "Fury Protocol active." She took a deep breath. "Time to show them what it really means," she said. Her officers watched. In silence, then she tapped the screen. In the dark side of space near a dead star, a hidden prison opened. It had no windows, no sound, just a cold AI voice that said, Subject 9A, released. Chains unlocked. A giant figure stepped out, 8 feet tall, covered in black armor, half human, half machine, eyes glowing red, muscles built like tanks. He was the first test subject of Fury Protocol. His name was Reaper 1. Reaper 1 didn't speak. He didn't need to. His mind was connected to the battlefield. He could see everything, hear everything, kill everything. He was born from human pain, trained in Earth's secret wars, and rebuilt with alien tech from past enemies. He was more than a soldier. He was a living weapon. Riker looked at Colonel Mason. Send Reaper 1 to Sector 7. The Varnock are gathering there. What if he loses control, Mason asked. She smiled. Then we let him. Hours later in Sector 7, the Varnock had just finished destroying a moon colony. Their ships floated in silence, chewing through the wreckage. Then, one human pod landed. Just one. The swarm moved closer. Suddenly, the pod exploded, not outwards, but upwards, like it was trying to punch a hole in the sky, and from the fire, Reaper 1 walked out. The swarm attacked instantly. Claws, lasers, poison blasts. None of it worked. Reaper 1 moved fast. Too fast. He grabbed a Varnock by the neck and ripped it in half. Another leaped. He caught it midair and threw it into a battleship. Within 4 minutes, 300 swarm creatures were dead. Then Reaper 1 activated his inner weapon. Biopulse detonation, level 5. A wave of red energy exploded from his body. Every machine, every drone, every swarm ship within a mile, shut down, fried, melted, gone. A Varnock survivor sent out a signal to the Swarm Queen. One line in broken binary: enemy cannot be killed. Meanwhile, back at the Galactic Council, the footage was shown on the main screen. Aliens screamed. Some fainted. One ambassador shouted, "This isn't war, it's extermination." Keelan stood up again. "You called the humans for help," he said. "This is their help." The room went silent. Then one old senator whispered, "We should have feared the swarm, but now I fear the ones who came to save us." Back aboard Hammer 1, Reaper 1 returned to base, covered in blood and metal pieces. He walked straight to the cryopod and climbed in. The door hissed shut. Cold gas filled the chamber. His last thought before sleep: send me again. General Riker watched the replay of his mission. She didn't blink. Then she gave a new order. Send Reaper 2 to the Hive cluster. Burn them all. Colonel Mason paused. "Ma'am, are you sure? 2 Reapers at once?" Riker answered without looking at him. "This isn't war anymore, Mason. This is the purge." The Varnock were never afraid. They didn't feel fear. They only fed, destroyed, and spread like a virus. But now, they hesitated. Reaper 1 had killed thousands. Reaper 2 destroyed 3 nests in just one day, and now Earth was planning something worse. In a hidden war room on Hammer 1, General Riker stood over a glowing map. "We found it," she said. Colonel Mason leaned closer. "The main hive." Riker nodded. Deep inside a black sun's orbit, hidden by gravity storms, the hive cluster waited. This was the Varnock heart, their queen, their egg chambers, their commanders. If it was destroyed, the swarm would collapse. Mason looked serious. "We'll never get a fleet through that storm." Riker smiled. "We're not sending a fleet." She tapped the screen. It showed one name: Project. Hive Breaker status. Ready class. Deep insertion weapon. Pilot, human in a dark lab under Hammer 1, a human woman opened her eyes. Her name was Lena Ward. She had no armor, no weapons. Just a strange black suit, full of glowing blue veins. She was the first and only Hive Breaker, a weapon built to walk into the enemy, not blast from outside. The suit gave her control over nanites, tiny machines that could melt through any organic life. But once she entered the hive, she wouldn't come back, and she knew that. Still, she stood without fear. "I'm ready," she said. Lena's pod launched at midnight. No escort, no backup, just her. She dived into the black gravity storm where no ship had returned before. Her pod burned, twisted, shook, but it made it through. She crashed inside a blood-red cave full of pulsating walls. She was now inside the Varnock hive. Thousands of swarm creatures waited. Some crawled on walls, some flew, some hissed, but none attacked. They were confused, afraid, curious. Then Lena took a deep breath and whispered, "Break." The blue veins on her suit exploded into light. The nanites flew from her body like smoke. They spread through the tunnels, cutting, burning, melting anything they touched. Swarm screamed, ran, fell. The hive shook, eggs burst, walls cracked, ceilings collapsed. Lena walked forward slowly, like death itself. Meanwhile, in orbit, the Varnock Queen finally showed herself. A creature the size of a city, wings of bone, eyes like red stars. She let out a mind scream. It echoed across half the galaxy. Every swarm nearby turned toward Lena's position. Millions, the full army. Lena felt the hive begin to shift. She smiled sadly, then she tapped her chest. Phase 2. Her heart stopped, but her mind stayed online. The Humber nanites went wild. They split, multiplied, ate everything. Lena's body became a bomb of destruction. On Hammer 1, all screens went black. Then came a whisper from deep space. Hive. Broken. Then silence. 12 minutes later, every Varnock soldier on every planet collapsed. Dead, disconnected, leaderless. The hive mind was gone. General Riker looked at the stars and whispered, "Lena Ward, you did it." Colonel Mason wiped, a tear from his eye. She walked into hell and took it with her. But deep inside the black sun's orbit, something moved. A piece of the Queen had survived. It crawled into the remains of a ruined egg chamber and merged with something strange, a piece of human tech left behind by Lena's suit. It fused. It glowed. It whispered. Adapt. The galaxy was stunned. The Varnock hive was broken, their army shattered, their queen almost destroyed. Every planet whispered the same name, humanity. Galactic news channels showed images of General Riker, Lena Ward, and the unstoppable warships. People cheered. Leaders bowed. Alliances shifted. Earth was no longer a distant planet. It was the new power. But not everyone was happy. In the shadows of Earth's capital, a secret meeting took place. A group of powerful men and women spoke in low voices. "The galaxy thanks us," said one man. "But at what cost?" A woman answered, "The Fury Protocol is unstoppable, but dangerous." "Lena's sacrifice was heroic," said another. "But what if it awakens something worse?" The room fell silent. Meanwhile, on Hammer 1, General Riker studied new reports. "Sensors detect strange signals near the destroyed hive," she said. "It looks like something is evolving." Colonel Mason frowned. Could it be a leftover Queen fragment? Riker nodded. "This is only the beginning. We must be ready." Back on Earth, scientists worked day and night. They studied the nanites Lena used. They studied the strange fusion inside the black sun. One scientist whispered in fear, "It's changing, becoming smarter, more aggressive." Suddenly, alarms blared across Earth's defense grid. A new ship appeared, alien, dark, and faster than anything seen before. It broadcast one message: humanity is not the savior, it is the threat. In space, General Riker's fleet moved out again. Their mission: find the new enemy before it finds them. The galaxy watched. Earth's unstoppable fury was tested once more. The new ship was faster, smarter, deadlier. No one knew who it belonged To its dark metal shimmered like black ice. From its bridge, a tall alien watched the stars. His name was Zarok, a warlord from the unknown sector. He had heard stories of humanity's fury. He smiled coldly. "Let's see how strong your fury really is." General Riker's fleet moved carefully. They scanned every inch of space. Suddenly, the dark ship struck. It fired a weapon no one had seen before, a pulse that turned ships into dust. One by one, human ships exploded. Chaos filled the fleet. Riker ordered a retreat, but the alien warlord was chasing them. He wanted to prove one thing: humans are not gods. On Earth, scientists scrambled. They worked to understand the alien pulse. "We need a counterweapon," one said, but time was running out. In space, a small team of human pilots volunteered for a dangerous mission. Their job: sneak into Zarok's ship and destroy its power core. Among them was Captain Jax, brave, quick, and ready to die for humanity. Jax's team landed on the enemy ship. Inside, shadows moved. Strange creatures with sharp claws and glowing eyes hunted them. The team fought hard, losing many friends. But Jax kept pushing forward. Finally, they reached the power core. Jax set the explosives. Suddenly, Zarok appeared. A fierce fight began. Jax used every skill he had. With a final strike, he defeated Zarok. The power core exploded. The alien ship started to break apart. Jax's team escaped. Just in time. Back in space, Riker smiled. "We survived. We will fight. We will win." But she knew this was just the start. Zarok was only the first. The galaxy held its breath. Earth's warriors were battered but not broken. General Riker stood on the bridge of the flagship, eyes burning with determination. "Humanity will not fall," she declared. The alien warlord Zarok was dead, but his forces remained, and worse, the strange fusion inside the black sun, the part human, part Varnock creature, had begun to grow. It sent out pulses, infecting nearby star systems. Earth called every fleet, every ally, every warrior. The final battle was coming. Captain Jax and his team returned as heroes. But Jax knew the war was far from over. Zarok was only the beginning. He warned. The strange creature named the Hybrid struck first. It unleashed waves of destruction. Planets fell. Stars went dark. General Riker activated Project Fury, the last weapon on Earth. It was a massive energy cannon powered by Lena Ward's sacrifice. With a deep hum, the cannon charged. The Hybrid came close to Earth's orbit. It was huge, terrifying, unstoppable. But the cannon fired. A beam of pure light exploded through space. The Hybrid screamed as it burned. But then, the unexpected happened. The Hybrid began to change. It absorbed the energy, grew stronger, became something new. Riker ordered the fleets to retreat. Humanity was forced to fight smarter. They used tactics, traps, and sacrifices. In the end, it was a small team, humans with no armor, no weapons, who walked into the heart of the Hybrid's lair. They carried the last nanites from Lena's suit. The nanites attacked from inside. The Hybrid broke apart. Silence fell. The galaxy was saved. Humanity stood victorious. General Riker looked to the stars. "We answered the galaxy's call with unstoppable fury, and now the galaxy would never forget the name, Earth."